What's going on, everybody? This is Clark Beckham, former runner-up of American Idol. You're watching the Idol Breakdown. We have 20 contestants to talk about. 14 make it to the top 14, and I will be revealing at the end of this video my personal top 12. Let's get going. Let's start with Colby.
Mix a special brew, put fire inside of you. Many times you feel
This is beautiful stuff by Colby here, especially right at the top. Her tone is so nice. It's so easy to follow the notes that she's singing. I really loved it. Probably my favorite performance from her. Still got a little busy for me, but she did let us in, it felt like, to a little bit of her personality while she was singing. Just in the song and the performance, I felt like I got to know her, which, like we said last episode, is goals. There were a couple runs that got away from her. For the most part, this was really strong and really clean. Isaiah.
because I'm living in the dream.
We say goodbye to Isaiah. Just the smoothest, most relaxing voice to listen to. It was just a pleasure. It was a pleasure to listen to him, and I hope that he puts things out. I hope that he doesn't fall into the trap of feeling like he's got to put out this pop thing, and it's got to be like really great, and it takes a year to release something like I did, and it's like no, please don't do that. It's what everybody does, but we fell in love with what you're doing on the show. So I hope he does just more of what he did on the show, the smooth stuff, and just keep it coming, because I want to listen. It was a great performance, a great way to go out. He grew a lot for me in the show, where in his audition, we saw all the goods, but he was doing a little too much, going a little outside of his range of capability, and now it's every single note is right, and it's right in place. And he knows every single step he's taking. He is fully confident, knows exactly where he's going vocally. And it's tough to say goodbye to him. Great singer. Drew.
I bow down to pray. I try to make the world seem better. Lord, show me the way.
Another person we say goodbye to. Had a great performance. She's easy to fall in love with. Just watching, you see a lot of her personality and her kindness. It's interesting that you can see someone just talk and be and sing and know beyond a shadow of a doubt that they're a very kind person. So that's what Drew gave us. Lionel was like, we need more energy. What are you talking about? She started off laying down, and then she's belting out this big note. She's moving her arms. She's given everything that needs to be given. That made no sense. That might have been a classic, I'm a judge, I'm supposed to say something, I have nothing to say. Here's something I just pull out of a hat of random judge things to say. And so he just said, more energy. Love the arrangement. She always gives us really great arrangements. And it's been a pleasure to listen to her. And we say goodbye to her. Someone's got to go. She's one of them. Then we have Thunderstorm.
Nothing has to change today, 'cause it didn't mean to say I love you.
From who we do not say goodbye to, thank goodness. I love this performance. And I was also really happy to hear his big belting notes come open and not closed and tight, which is a vibe, but it's nice to have a big open belting tone, and he gave us that, and then he would close down to give us the dynamic. He'd give us both. It gave us so much more of a story and rich dynamic in the song and in the arrangement, and it just made the experience so much better. Another way to make this experience so much better is to like this video and subscribe. And if you want to go crazy, you can get notifications. So you know anything that I post, you'll know when it comes out. Subscribing, I think, is the number one metric that helps boost this video to other people. The vast majority of views this gets are views that from people clicking the video that it suggests for them to watch in the sidebar. The more subscribers I get, the more I show up in random people's sidebar who are looking at American Idol things. So if you think people who like American Idol, people who like good singing and singing shows would enjoy these videos, like and subscribe, and then more people will see them. Olivier. Felt a little low for me. His voice didn't feel very free and powerful like I'm used to. Still a great performance and a good song. I think he's got a clear-cut path for him in his career and what he does. All the best of luck to him. We say goodbye to him as well. These are when as a contestant, this is when the pain begins. When you start saying goodbye to a lot of people really fast. And I know that they're very, very, very close-knit. And this is where tears come. This is where it sucks. You go to the hotel after the show and they're packing up their bags and they're leaving in the morning. And it sucks because you wake up and they're not there. And they've been there for months and months and months for this whole process. And now they're not, which is a bummer. Someone who is still there and will be there tomorrow is Felo.
In for this is the end.
Yes.
I've dropped moments.
Yes.
So them.
Bro.
Swept.
What I loved about Felo and a handful of these contestants is they genuinely have no idea if they're going to make it or not. Sometimes you get told you're making it and you had no doubt. And America has no doubt. Like, we're all like, duh, so-and-so's making it. That's not the case this year. Because there are so many monster singers, anybody could go at any moment. And the contestants believe that, and we believe that. And Felo was freaking out. Like, fangirling over the moment that he realized that he's staying. And then he sang Skyfall. And I was like, Skyfall. I've heard that done. And it's a big epic song, but I've never enjoyed like performances of people doing that until now. Because he did it, and man, such a good arrangement, such great restraint isn't the right word. It's the most common word used when someone doesn't do a lot of runs, but restraint isn't it. It's not that you want to and you're stopping yourself. It's you should want the right thing. So you should want to communicate the message and feel the song fully and then let go, and whatever you do will be right. It's when you try to push past what the song asks for, or when you want to be impressive or you want for people to like you, that's when you start doing too much. So it's really not about restraint, not about wanting to do something and not. It's wanting the right thing. And he wants the right thing here. He understood the assignment of this song and accomplished it so well. Really let his tone sing. Looks awesome. Big fan of the haircut and the whatever you'd call that. I don't know. Is it called a ponytail? It feels way too cool to be called that. An updo, whatever you want to call it. The sides real short. That looked really good. Suit looked awesome. He sounded great. He has this habit of doing the same run when he hits a 1. And it's a pentatonic run descending from 1 to a minor 3. Now, let me tell you what I mean by that. So a 1 is the note that the song is in the key of. It feels like the most prominent foundational note. So if that's the key, then a sky fall, oh, that would be the 1. And the run that he keeps doing is, it's really common with singers, and it's a very common run, and I think it's typically the watch this button that people push, and but when he's like really leaning in, sky fall, fall, it lessens the power of what he just did for me. If he just sky fall, any of those notes instead of just going back to that same run, that same scale, it takes it off for me. So I'm just not a fan of that tool in his tool belt. personally, if I had to say something. Overall, gosh, Bridge Over Troubled Water is still probably my favorite performance, but this is like 1B. This is just a sliver beneath it. This was so fantastic. Let's talk about John.
If you lose your one and only, there's always room here for the lonely.
John's going to give you exactly what you want him to give you, which is good old country singing, kind of an old school classic country singing. And what's cool is in that style, you don't have to do anything other than what you naturally do. And that's like, oh, duh. But what I mean is a lot of times with singers like Felo and Amanda and Jamal and Colby and a lot of these singers who are stunt singers, Kanan, just monster singers, you're expecting the monster to come out. But with John, he doesn't have to do any of that. He just sings the song, means it, has a pleasant look on his face, and he's just batting 1,000. He doesn't miss. And he does exactly what he does well. And he does exactly that. And people are loving it. People are into it. And he's an authentic guy. The little interview moments with Ryan at the end of the songs are really important. And all they need to do is show their authentic selves, which they're all doing a great job of. John is doing a really great job of that. There's this like snare hit at one of the end of his songs. He was like, pop, like move to it.
The beams of the neon.
That was kind of sick. So he's got the stage presence. He has the authenticity, easy to fall in love with. And he's the country guy, which is a pretty good guy to be on American Idol right now. Josh King.
You up, never gonna let you down, never gonna run around, desert you.
This one scared me. He got saved. Thank the Lord. It's good to see that the judges see him highly enough to save him because, I mean, you could have saved any of those 10 that didn't get voted in to the top 10. And I'm happy they picked Josh. Of course, I'm biased because he's a friend and a student of mine. We worked on this song, and full disclosure, I really pushed for him to sing this song. And I have a bit of a confession to make. When it started off, I went, oh no. Because when we were practicing, and I was listening to him, and we were working on this like through Zoom, he was playing the piano, of course, obviously, right? Because there's not Chris Pooley in the band and like 808s and the track and everything. And he's playing piano. I'm like, dude, you are crushing this. You've got to do this song. And I envisioned him playing the piano and not doing like just the standard elevated karaoke arrangement of this song. Now, he did great, and the judges saved him, as they should. I would love to see Josh lean into the piano more. I cannot believe he hasn't played the piano when he is one of the best piano players around. He's so good. I'm glad he's still playing the harmonica and he's crushing. Every time he plays the harmonica, I just want it to be longer. I know he's pressed for time. I think they have 1 minute and 50 seconds that they have to get all their arrangements to, and it's singing competition and you don't want to spend too much time on the harmonica, but it's so good and just needs time. I'm glad he's showing that off. I really want him to show the piano playing off. Please play the piano. It's something that you're miles ahead of than everybody else. Nobody can come close to playing the piano like him. And I want him to show that. Maddie. Man, just a natural singer. The tone, the rasp. A lot of people will try to make choices and be like, I'm going to add rasp here. I'm going to do this here. Oh, I'm going to open up my tone here. I feel like she doesn't have to do any of that. She just sings and makes perfect choices without making the choice. It's like it's just there. She just sings and everything happens how it should. And it's just an elevated voice. She's so fantastic. She is falling into a bit of when she's bending the notes up they're not quite getting there. And it's because so much of the juice, like if you're really gonna, like, this is a weird analogy, juice that lemon, let's use it as a lemon. So if the moment is a lemon and you want to really ring and get as much juice out of that as you can, you're really going to lean into that bend and what's underneath that pitch, but you still have to end on top of the pitch eventually. She doesn't quite get up there. A great example of this in singing is I was born by the river. That song, that bend, the harder that bend is, the more like soulful it is, but you still have to get all the way to the top. So it can't be I was born like the river. You have to born by the river. Has to get all the way up. She's not quite getting there, is all I'm saying. Very easy fix. But if I had to critique the performance, I would say that. Also, key change happens, and it feels like key change, the dynamic's big, the band's killing, she's walking around, and it feels like she gets a little too excited and gets out ahead of herself, she loses the reins a bit on her voice, which is very common for singers to get excited when something big happens and just want to push and go. But you got to remember, you got to stay grounded. Everything that comes out has to come from a solid foundation that starts in your gut and comes out. And it felt like it got a little ahead of her. So only 2 notes is watch that pitch. Make sure you get all the way up there at the end of that bending note. And don't get too excited and get out ahead of your skis when you're singing. I'm a vocal coach. If you like any of the critique that I'm saying, or like, man, I would love for Clark to critique my voice, I've got online courses. I also have evaluations that you can send me a video of you singing, and I will evaluate it. Exactly what I'm doing here with contestants, I can do the same for you. You just email me at lessons@clarkbeckham.com and I'll get back to you. Evaluations are $50. You just send me a video of you singing. I'll send back a video like this, critiquing and giving you some direction. Kanan. This was a monster performance by Kanan yet again. Every song, he starts off really soft and just looking straight. And he's got this like preacher look of just like, I have something very important to tell you. And it's so mesmerizing. And then the tone of his voice is so crispy. It's so what you want it to be. When he started to sing and he walked around and was like holding hands and touching people's hands, I think it would have been awesome if he would have, instead of just kind of walking and touching the hands and singing like most people do, if he would have tried to minister to each person as he's singing. So sing that to that person, because that message of the song, of this gospel song, if he believes it, which I know that he does, that person needs that message. If he's singing into that person's soul, stand. God's got you. You're going to be fine. Days are going to get better. And he's looking into that person and thinking that person has their own struggles, their own questions, their own doubts. They might know God, they might not. I know that he wants to be a preacher. If he would have turned that on and the sincerity and mission of his heart for people to know God was directed at each person he was touching hands with, that'd have been powerful. Che.
My heart was beating fast.
Sheesh.
To hurt you, oh no. I didn't need to hurt you, baby. To hurt you. I'm just a jealous.
Why was he? Oh gosh, American Idol voters specifically. Yikes! I'm a little displeased that Che had to be saved by the judges, because he's the best. When it comes to vocal ability and choices and tone, I think he's the best on the season. He doesn't miss anything. There's not a single note that has come out of his mouth from the very beginning that has been wrong. He's been relaxed, cool as a cucumber this whole time. And he isn't voted in the top 10. Maybe he was number 11. And maybe it's because the song wasn't super inspiring or great. I don't know. But hopefully that changes. Most of the time, when the judges say 4 people, those are the next 4 to go. American Idol voters typically don't change their mind after a week or 2. I'm convinced that they can be, because Che really did a great performance here. This was my favorite performance of his. Tons of tone dynamic where he's moving the tone around in his mouth. He's bringing it forward. He's bringing it back. He's bringing it up. He's making it wide. He's making it narrow. He's giving us a ton to fall in love with. So tasteful. Pitch is great. Tone's great. Runs are clean. All of them mean something. Couldn't get better. Couldn't be better than this. I don't know, maybe there's some like American bias because he's British. People are like, America, this is American Idol. I'm going to vote for Americans. Maybe that's something there. I mean, Nicolina made it real far. She was Canadian. But I wonder who's made it the farthest, who's British, just straight up across the pond. I wonder if that plays into it. I don't know. I'm just trying to make sense of it. The band is murdering. This was a perfect song choice and a perfect executed performance. Bailey.
Heads underwater, but I'm breathing fine. You're crazy and I'm out of mind.
This is a good performance by Bailey. Good song choice. This was the vibe that I think he should go for. The beautiful chord that was played and billed on Out of My Mind. The original chords and melody is, you're crazy and I'm out of my mind. Just a 5 chord is what that chord is called. It's a major chord typically, but they make it a minor chord like that. And minor 5s, man, get me real good. So in context, it sounded, you're crazy and I'm out of my mind. And then it started to build. And then into the chorus. That was really nice. We say bye to Bailey. I think he's got a big career ahead of him. I hope, like Isaiah, I hope he keeps putting out music. And I feel like he's an artist and has a bright future. And again, you can also go into my Vocal Foundations course, which gives you all the basics, the foundational things that so many singers don't understand that would help their voice immediately. And I'm talking pros, I'm talking beginners. Desmond. The judges save. Happy to see the judges and the producers prioritize him. Is a freak musician. The run that he did at the end, where he played a funky chord and then sang all over that chord with all the notes that make that chord funky in a run, that's juicy. That is juicy, juicy, juicy. And he has a way of doing these things that are typically found in gospel and soul. He has a way of doing those things in pop or rock outside of the genre that it's most commonly found in. And he's doing it really, really well. I love the switch up to piano. Last episode, he's running around dancing, high energy, falsetto stuff. And now he's like, great, now let me show you how I can just sit down and sing. I wasn't crazy about this song. For the most part, it just felt like middle of the road, just going to sing loudly. And the band's going to hit this song really hard and we're just going to do it. But the end really saved it for me and showed why he's so special. Brianna.
Show must go on. Show must go on.
Oh man, Brianna, she's making gigantic steps here in her stage presence and her performance. Last episode that hasn't even come out by the time this Idol episode, this performance happened. But I said her eyes are a little flat. There's not a lot going on all of the time. You have to stay really focused. Well, it's almost as if she heard what I said because her eyes are fiery the whole time. Every time we get eyes on her, every time there's a close-up, there's so much going on in her eyes and there's so much raw emotion, and her confidence feels like it's gone from a 7 out of 10 to a 10 out of 10. She is owning the stage, owning every note that comes out. Her vocals seemed a little low in the mix, and opinion, pretty sure that's on the mixing engineer, because I think what happened is they adjusted the level of the mic according to her belting. And when she's belting, that power, 12 gauge shotgun of a voice that she has, when she's really pushing in, the mic is right on her mouth. So I think they're adjusting level for that. And so when she dials back and she's walking around and she's singing much quieter, the level goes way down. So two things. One, don't put the mic in your mouth when you're belting like super strong. Give it a little bit of space. And two, the mixing engineer might, again, whoever the mixing engineer is a gazillion times more qualified to talk about mixing than I am and knows so much more than me. But if Brianna does that, also the mixing guy could use a little compression, which basically is this gauge that if something's really loud, this gauge comes up and like basically turns it down only when it's really loud. And then when it gets quiet, turns it back up. So it can make overall net quiet parts louder parts quieter. And so the tone feels big and strong. Whether she's belting or soft, you can all hear it. So a combination of both. Needs compression from the mixing engineer, and she needs to just back up the mic a little bit so they don't have to kill the level so hard. Overall, fantastic. She's getting better and better as she goes. Zale. We say goodbye to Zale, which breaks my heart. It had to go at some point. Everybody gets cut, even the winner. They get cut from the show. The show stops, and they're not on the show anymore. And this was Zale's time. I hope that she writes as much as possible. Just write music. Find an easy way to produce it and release it. Whether you find a producer who's down with taking like 50-50 master splits so that you don't have to pay any money down. Like, just get it out. Write music and put it out, because she's such an artist. She needs material to tour on. And I haven't looked her up. Maybe she already has a bunch of stuff, but I just want her to keep pushing stuff out of her own, her original stuff. And she's someone who you would go see in a concert. She's someone who you would love to listen to. She brings a lot to the table when it comes to artistry. I hope she keeps going and puts stuff out. Jamal.
Squeeze her, don't tease, never leave her. You gotta get high. Just try a little tenderness.
Man, smooth, totally confident, never pushing, just walking, knows that he's murdering, knows that he's killing it. First of all, huge fan of the song. Great song choice. I wasn't a fan of making it a praise break at the end. I think that drive is so strong. It's like, try a little tenderness, oh, tenderness, oh. And the snare's going like, try a little, got, oh, got, oh, got. And they made it like, try a little tenderness. And it's like, cool, the gospel praise break thing. But did it make it better than the original? No. Did it make it different? Yeah. Could you say that, well, it's more authentic to Jamal because he's churchy? Sure. But at the end of the day, you want to make the song better. If you want to change it, you want to make it better. Also about Jamal, he has so much energy and power in his physical body when he sings. He's coming forward and he's like, it's just confidence and fire. And that comes through really well. I don't think anyone else has that on the season like he does. Slate.
This ain't it, baby. This ain't it, baby. Baby, let me take you home.
Slater is doing great. Kind of like John. He's like, I'm just going to sing this song like it's supposed to be sung. I'm going to sing it well. I'm going to mean it. And we're going to be done. I'm going to show my authentic, likable side of myself, which is not a side. It's just who he is. And I'm going to go ahead and just keep getting voted through. And that's a vibe. I'm not feeling anything personally from it. I think it's just musical genre preference. I love the soul. I love the R&B. I love the ballads. I love the complexity of arrangements. And this is just kind of right down the middle of the road. But that's his thing. And that's what he should do. And he's doing it very well. And if you like the chords, like the minor 5, the 5 minor 7, like those things that I was talking about, if you love that, if you play piano and you want to dig into that a little bit, I've got theory courses 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1 for true blue beginners that don't know what a piano is. 2 for people that don't know what an F major 9 is and want to. 3 for people who want to play extra chords that bring extra sauce. 4 for people who want to play different chords entirely than what's there to bring extra sauce, and how to put all of it together. Victor. Man, Victor is fearless, dude. Well, you can tell by the way I use my walk. And he's walking and he's strutting. I'm a woman's man. And he's looking at the background singer, the woman background singer. And he's just like eyeing her, and right next to her, it's like, dude, no fear. Great singer, great performer. One of my favorites. And unfortunately, we say goodbye to him. Great performance from him. Good way to end the show in his American Idol career. Then we have Gabby and Amanda. I'm like, oh, one of these people didn't make it?
Your turn at that side. At least I didn't fake it, had side. I guess I didn't make it, but whether I'm the...
And Gabby was the one who made it. I love this performance. I think this is my favorite performance from her. I think it was complete. It was so interesting. It's this Broadway song, what it sounds like. The subtlety and the pitch accuracy and the delivery at the top just melted me. This was so impressive. Those intervals, which are the space between notes that you're singing, are gargantuan, canyon-size intervals. And she just comes from here and boop, just hits the pitch right in the center. And the tone is beautiful. It was great. When it started going and she was walking around and it was really pumping, it wasn't as strong for me. And what I mean by that is it dropped to a 9 out of 10 instead of a 10 out of 10, maybe an 8 out of 10, 8.5. But overall, this is a 9 out of 10 performance for me. Favorite from her. I'm becoming a big Gabby fan. And then we have Amanda.
I made love you.
Sing.
Let me.
Who I cannot believe was not voted in the top 10. It goes to show you just have no idea who America's voting for. You just don't know. And anybody could go at any moment. And Amanda showed that. If Amanda's in danger, I feel like everyone could be in danger at any time. And luckily she got saved. I thought that was a no-brainer. Like, obviously, more than anyone else, if they're going to save one person, they're going to save Amanda. And they did. Man. And they did great too, the producers. I mean, if you're going to put Amanda at the end, last performance, singing that song, singing for her life, she's going to rip it. And then she's going to get saved. And it's just, that worked out really well just for the show. Murdered, ripped the song to pieces. And I could tell she was going to, because it's like when a competitor gets challenged and their backs are against the wall and it's put up or shut up, they put up. And they start swinging, and whatever's in front of them, they just slowly take apart piece by piece. And the precision and the focus cranks up to a 10, and that's exactly what we saw Amanda do. She is a competitor. She is fierce, and she's ready to go to work, and that's what she does with this song. Another, maybe my favorite performance from her for the season. Golly, her rasp when she goes up top and just really wants, she did a couple runs in a row, like, like over and over. That is so juicy.
Don't let me don't
When someone is like going crazy and then they repeat the same like 4 notes over and over and over and over and over, and then ends it with a big run or a big note to get out and then comes way down. That section was so powerful. She just rips the song. There's nothing else for me to say. So there's your top 14. Here's my new top 12. These aren't who I think are the best. These aren't the contestants that I think are going to win or go home. These are just my personal favorite, Clark's favorite 12. Starting with number 1 is Che. This song made me just fall in love with Che even more, and he's got to be number 1. He's my favorite singer on the show. Number 2 is Felo. Felo is swinging, and the tone is coming through, and his choices are great. His eyes are open. The connection to the camera and to the audience is so great. He is operating 10 out of 10 in every level and every element. Then we've got Jamal. His stage presence and vocal ability and believability when he's singing is unparalleled. Then we've got Amanda, vocally as good as anyone you could say of multiple seasons, maybe the past like 3 or 4 years. Thunderstorm at number 5. Just expert communicator. I believe everything he's doing. He's getting better. This was a really strong performance of him. Josh King, number 6. I just love him. His tone is beautiful. He's given it all he's got. No fear. I really just want him to play piano, and then you guys are going to see like, oh my gosh, he's so much better than we even thought he was. And he needs to, because he is in the danger zone right now. Brianna at number 7. Powerhouse voice, maybe the strongest belt, just like pure velocity in her voice of anyone in the season. She's really coming into her voice and her confidence. And number 8, we have Maddie, the natural, incredible tone, the edgy, just gooey goodness that is her voice. Gabby Simone is number 9. It is wild that she's number 9 for me, but everyone is this 14 is so ridiculously stacked. Really falling in love with Gabby, and the notes that she's placing in the air are really special. Number 10 is Desmond, just a musical freak. I want him to put it all together in one solid, fluid package of a song. It feels a little disconnected, but even those disconnected bits are so fantastic. He's number 10, who's saved by the judges, and he's performing at a high level. Number 11 is Kanan. Love his performance, love his voice. It's insane that Kanan's 11 and Colby's at 12. The fact that Kanan and Colby are 11 and 12 just shows how absurdly talented this group is. Either of them could win, and it would make total sense to me. And that's the 12. And then 13 and 14, the only people I left out, Slater and John, they could easily win. For sure. The country guy, and then the likable alternative rock soul country guy also with the guitar. Like, those are the guys that usually win. And that's just a genre preference for me. It's like the soul and R&B stuff. So the fact that anybody could win this show. People ask me, like, who do you think is going to win? I'm like, I don't know, us. Like, just to hear these great sing, like, we're the winners. As far as who's going home next and who's going to keep going, I have no idea. Typically in the past, it usually goes to the people who were not voted into the top 10. America usually keeps them out of the top 10. But I feel like Che and Josh and Amanda, well, it can't be all of them, can it? I was going to say could change that story, but there are too many good singers. Too many good singers. All right. If you're watching this as a premiere, which you should, they come out every Wednesday and Friday at 7 o'clock Central Time. You can click the link that I'm putting in the chat right now for a live stream. This live stream is a Q&A. You can ask me any questions, tell me how you disagree with me, and I will answer. But the question has to be in the form of a super chat. Or you can become a member for just $5 a month. Ask me as many questions as you want for free, and I'll answer all of them. Okay? Last but not least, it is not the critic who counts. The credit belongs to the one who is actually in the arena, who at best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at worst fails while daring greatly. I'll see you guys next time.